Krishnagir schools of painting. Widely held among the most stylish of all Rajasthani lineage, Krishnagir painting are distinguished by their exquisite sophistication and distinct facial type exemplified by arched eyebrow, lotus petal shaped eyes, slightly tinged with pink having droopy eyelids, a sharp slender nose and thin lips. Krishna Singh, one of the sons of kings of Jodhpur, founded the state of Krishnagar in 1609 by the mid-17th century under the patronage of Man Singh. 1658-1706, artists were already working in the Krishnagar court, a distinct style of the state with a general tendency to elongate the human form, making lavish use of braid and pension for depicting panoramic landscapes were evolved. In the early 18th century, during the reign of Rajasthani, 1706 to 1748, with Rajasthani getting initiated into Pushti Margiya cult of Vallabhacharya, Krishna Leela theme became personal favorite for the ruler of Krishna and represented a major portion of the court art. Sawan Singh most celebrated Rajasthani artist was Nihal Chand. Nihal Chand worked for Sawan Singh between 1735 and 1757 and composed painting of Sawan Singh poetry that portrayed the theme of divine love Radha and Krishna. In poetry surrounding often appearing tiny in the vastness or minute of the panoramic landscape setting. Krishnagar artists revel in the depiction of vistas with accentuated color. Jodhpur school of painting with political presence of Mughals in 16th century influence of the visual aesthetic made its way in a style of portraiture and depiction of court scene, etc. However, the formidable indigenous folkish style was so widespread and deeply embedded in culture that is registered getting overpowered and prevailed in most illustrious sets of painting. One of the earliest set painting in Pali is a Rangamala set by artist Virgi in 1623. Dhola and Maru, Jodhpur, 1810, National Museum, New Delhi. A productive period of painting was ushered in the Maharaj Jaswant Singh 1638-1670. In the mid-17th century, a trend for documentary painting through portraiture and depiction of court life started under his patronage. Around 1640 and enjoyed prominence with the advent of photography in the 19th century, and he substituted painting for recording events. Numerous portraits of Jaswant Singh survive due to his inclination towards Vallabh cult of Srinathji. He patronized many Krishna-related themes in Bhagavad Puran as the most prominent one. His successor, Ajit Singh, 1679 to 724, became the king after 24 years of war. The Aurangzeb, which was found by legendary warrior Veer Durgadas Rathore, who successfully recaptured Marwar. Durgadas in his heroism got popularity celebrated in poem and court painting of Ajit Singh period. Durgadas equestrian horse riding portrait became popular. Last phase, innovative Jodhpur painting coincide with the reign of Man Singh 1803-1843. Significantly set painted during his time are the Ramayana 1804, Dola Maru, Panchatantra 1805 and Shiva Purana. Ramayana painting is interesting as the artist is employed his understanding of Jodhpur to depict Rama Yodha. Hence, one said an entry into bizarre landscapes except for Jodhpur during that period. This is true for scholars, wherein local architecture, costume, and culture aspect get interwoven with the story of Krishna, Rama and other and get depicted in painting. Man Singh was the follower of the Nath Simhapriya and painting of him in the company of the Nath Guru. Sarvai also said of Nath Charita 1824 was painted. Inscription behind Marwar painting do not reveal much information regarding the painting contained there. 19th century seldom dates are inscribed and even more rarely the name of artist and place of painting find a mention. Jaipur School of Painting. The Jaipur School of Painting originated its former capital, Ajmer, which was nearest of all large Rajput state to Mughal capital Agra and Delhi. Ruler of Jaipur from the earliest time maintained cordial relation with Mughals emperor who strongly influenced the aesthetic of Amer. Raja Barmal, 1548 to 1575, married his daughter Togba. His son Bhagwat Das, 1575 to 1592, was a close friend of Akbar, and his son Man Singh, in turn, was Akbar's most trusted general. Savai Jai Singh, 1699 to 1743, an influential ruler, established a new capital city, Jaipur, near after in 1725, and shifted from Ajmer. Jaipur School of Painting thrived under his reign and emerged as a well-defined independent school. Portico Revival. Just some Mughal painters were brought from Delhi to become part of his atelier. He also invited eminent craftsmen and other artists to settle down in Jaipur, and he organized the Surat Khana, the place where paintings were made and stood. He was drawn to the Vaishnavi section and commissioned numerous The Hawa of Godudli, Jaipur, 1780, National Museum, New Delhi. Painting on the theme of Radha and Krishna, artist during his reign painted set based on Rasakapriya and Geet Govinda, Dharmamasa and Ragamala, where the hero figure is in striking resemblance with the king. Portrait painting was also popular during his time, and an accomplished portrait painter, Sahib Gram, was the part of his atelier. Muhammad Shah was another artist. Savai Ishwari Singh, 1743 and 1750, extended the same patronage to art. Apart from religious and literary texts, he got scenes of his leisure pursuit painted, such as elephant ride, bull, tiger, hugs, elephants fight, and so on. Savai Madhu Singh, 1750 to 1767, was attracted towards setting incident of his court life recorded. It was only in the 18th century, under the aspiration of Savai Pratap Singh 1779 to 1803, that the predominant Mughal influence receded and a Jaipur style reformulated aesthetic, which was a blend of Mughal and indigenous stylistic feature emerged. This was the second thriving period for Jaipur, and Pratap Singh employed around 50 artists. He was followed by a prophetic writer and an ardent follower of Krishna. During his time, apart from royal portrait and representation of courtly pomp and splendor, literary and religious themes such as Geet Govinda, Mala, Bhagavad Purana, etc. brought renewed stimulus. As elsewhere, many copies were also produced manually, but tracing and pouncing by the early 19th century. There was a lavish use of gold. Jaipur preferred large-size format and produced life-size portrait. Bhagavad Purana. Bhagavad Purana. Illustrating scenes from Bhagavad Purana, depicting different scenes from Lord Krishna and his Leela have been a popular theme throughout the medieval period for artists. This painting from the collection of National Museum, New Delhi, shows the killing of demon Shaktasura by Krishna 1680 to 1690. This folio from Bhagavad Purana is a typical example of Malwa style. When the space is carefully compartmentalized, each section narrating different scenes and episodes. One observes scene of celebration and festivity in the house of Nanda Yashoda and after the birth of Krishna. Men and women are singing and dancing. Lower right and left, upper middle section. Overjoyed parents Nanda and Yashodas are involved in charitable activities and are seen donating cows and cars to their homes and well-wishers. Middle left and extreme right. Lot of delicious food is being prepared. Central section villains are holding over baby Krishna to safeguard him from the evil eye. Upper left sections and narrative to conclude with Krishna talking and thus liberating Cardamom, Shaktasura with a gentle kick. Maruragini. A particular set of Rangamala painting from Mewar is especially important as one of its paintings bear crucial documentary evidence regarding its artist's patron, place and date of painting. Maruragini is from this set, which is the collection of National Museum, New Delhi. The initial part of inscription found in paintings representing Maru. Ragini classified Maru as the Ragini of Praga. She then described her physical beauty and its effect on her beloved. It is the later half that is imposing as it read. Samvat 1685 वर्ष असुवद नवराना श्री जगत सिंह राजेन उदयपुर माधे लिखितम चित्र साहिबुद्दीने बचने हरे न राम राम. Samvat 1685 is 1628 common era and Sahibuddin refers to as Chitra, meaning someone who paints, and the act of painting is termed as Likitam, translated as written, since the goal of the artist was to produce. The goal of the artist was to produce. Painted equivalent to the written was inscribed on the painting. Maru is accompanied as the concert of Radha Shri because of the popular appeal of Dula Veera Ballet that is deeply entrenched in the folklore and oral tradition of the region. It is a story of a prince named Dula and Princess Maru who had to undergo numerous struggles, finally to be together. The trial and tribulation, the evil related battles, tragic accidents, etc. from the plot of narrative. They depict the escaping together on camels. Raja Anirudh Singh era. Anirudh Singh 1682 to 1702 succeeded Bhav Singh, few remarkable painter with interesting documentary evidence, has survived from his period. One of them being the much talked of equestrian portrait of Anirudh Singh. Artist Tulsi Ram painted in 1680. It epitomizes an artist's perception of speed and horse in motion that he accomplished by completely negating the rendering of foreground. The horse is seen galloping so high in the air that the ground is not visible. The value of such painting is that they turn still portrait into narrative. The name of Tulsi Ram and Prince Kanwar Aniruddha Singh are inscribed behind the painting, but in the front the name of Bharat Singh, younger son of Rao Chhatrasal, is inscribed. Some scholars feel this painting represents Bharat Singh, while a majority are one of the opinion that it represents young Anirudh Singh. Before he ascended to the throne, this painting is in the collection of National Museum, New Delhi. Chaugan player. This painting, depicting a princess playing polo, Chaugan, the companion by the artist and represents Jodhpur painted at Mansingh Rhine. It may or may not be from the main court as it portrays stylistic influence of many schools, such as Mughal in the way women are depicted, Deccani in the way horse are depicted, Bundi and Kushnagar in the depiction of facial feature, and flat green background is suggestive of the indigenous preference for its flat surface. The painting is inspired with a line on the upper portion that is translated as beautiful maidens on horseback playing. The painting was made in 1810 and is in the collection of National Museum, New Delhi. Krishna and swinging and Radha in sand moon. This painting illustrated Vasika Priya is notable as it is inspired with the date and name of the artist. Painted in 1683 by artist Nuruddin, who worked in the court of Bikaner from 1674 to 1698. It represents a star and simple composition with minimal suggestive representation of architecture and elements of landscape. Nasiruddin has indigenously employed the Greek device of soft undulating mounts in the center to divide the painting into two sections. It operates a pictorial prop that transforms an urban setting into tree-laden countryside and vice versa. an architectural pavilion in the upper part of the painting, quality that space as palatial interior while few trees on the green grassland suggest outdoor and pastoral landscape. Hence one understand the movement of the narrative from the top to bottom as a progression of activity from indoor to outdoor. Appearing in the upper section of the painting, Krishna seated on the swing seemed to be enjoying himself in the company of a gopi. I told dwelling and learning about his rendezvous. A jilted Radha, stricken with grief, disappeared into the countryside and find herself alone under a tree. Guilt-ridden Krishna, on learning of Radha's sorrow, followed her, but there is no truce happens. Meanwhile, Radha Sakhi friends get to know of the fall out and takes on the role of messenger and pacifier. She come to Krishna and tell him to the misery and pride of Radha and implore him to appease her. This painting is in the collection of National Museum, New Delhi. Banni Thane, Sawan Singh composed devotion, poetry on Krishna and Radha in Brajabhasha under the pen name Nagari Das. He is said to have been passionately in love with a younger singer who was accorded the title Banni Thane, the bewitched lady of passion. Because of her unparalleled beauty and elegance, she was an attendant of Rajasthani wife and gifted poetess, singer and dancers. Banni Thani was Sawan Singh's muse for the poetry. He wrote celebrating the love of Radha and Krishna. He wrote about her in a poem Bihari Jas Chandrika, which became the basis for Nihal Chand painting of Banni Thani, thus representing a blending of poetry and painting, troubled by patricial effects. Sawan Singh eventually abdicated the throne in 1757 and retired to Vrindavan along with Banni Thani. The exaggerated facial cut of Krishnagar, which became the distinctive and salient stylistic feature of the Krishnagar school, is believed to have been derived from the attractively sharp facial feature of Banni Thani. Artist Nihal Chand is attributed with the credit of contraring the exclusive characteristics Krishnagar physiognomy that is pursuing figure of Sawan Singh, and Banni Thani is always represented as Krishna and Radha is brilliantly colored panoramic landscape. Radha's face is Banni Thani as Radha is unique in her deeply curved eye, exaggerated arcs of eyebrow, pointed nose, serpentine curl of hair spiraling down the cheek, thin lip and pronounced chin. This particular painting is in the collection of National Museum, New Delhi. Rama met a member of its family at Chitrakoot. This painting of Ramayana by Guman made between 1740 and 1750 is a classic example of a continuous narrative. Plain looking house, purna-putty raised with basic materials such as mud, wood and green leaves set in the woods on the foothills and surrounded by groves establish a typical rural setting where the episode of Ramayana unfold. Artist Guman begin the narrative from the left and end on it on the right. According to the Ramayana, Bharat was away when Rama was sent to exile. After passing away, of Dashrath overcome with grief, filled with remorse. Bharat, along with the three mothers, sage Vashishta and courtiers, visit Rama to persuade him to return to Ayodhya. Set in Chitrakoot, the story in Peti begins with three mothers, along with the wife of the prince, proceeding towards the thatched dwelling. On seeing the mother, Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita bow down in reverence, bereaved. Kaushalya rushes to son Rama and gathers him in her arms. Rama is then seen respectfully greeting the other two mothers, Sumitra and Kaikai. He then dutifully acknowledges the two sages and sits down talking to them. When a sage breaks the news of Dashrath's death, Rama is seen collapsing in anguish. Sumanta is seen devoted, standing behind the sages. The three men and the wives of Lakshmana, Bharat, and Shatrughan are depicted talking to Sita. The narrative ends with the group existing in the picture frame on the right. Each character of the story in the painting's label. A word describing the same is also inscribed on the upper portion of the painting. This painting is in the collection of National Museum, New Delhi.